Hello everyone, this is Miss Crute, and today we are going to be working on section 8.5 level A, which is properties of logarithms. The first property is the product property. The definition for this property is that if we have log base b of x times y, that is the same thing as log base b of x plus log base b of y. So for example, if we had log base 3 of 5x, we can rewrite that as log base 3 of 5 plus log base 3 of x. So what's important to remember for the product property is that it becomes addition. Now our next property is the quotient property. The definition for the quotient property is that if we have log base b of x over y, that is the same thing as doing log base b of x minus log base b of y. So for example, if I had the log base 4 of 7 over 6, that would be the same thing as the log base 4 of 7 minus the log base 4 of 6. So the important thing to remember for the quotient property is that it becomes subtraction. Now our last property is the power property, which is that if we have the log base b of x to the y power, that's the same thing as y log base b of x. So if you look at it, really we just take the exponent and we put it out in front. So for example, if I had the log base 7 of m to the third, that's going to be the same thing as the 3 log base 7 of m. So we did the same thing where we just took the exponent and moved it to the front. So we can use these properties in order to help us expand logarithms. So let's look at these examples we have here. So if I have the log base 5 of 2x to the 6th, that's like having 2 times x to the 6th. So I can expand that using addition, because that would be the product property. So we've got log base 5 of 2 plus log base 5 of x to the 6th. Now if we look at the first piece, log base 5 of 2, that looks good. I don't see anything else I can simplify. If we check the second one, I've got an exponent. So we want to also use the power property here and bring that in the front. So our final answer would be log base 5 of 2 plus 6 log base 5 of x. Now since there's no multiplication or division going on in either log, and neither of them have exponents, this is our final answer. So now let's look at the next one, log base 7 of y over x squared. So in this case we have a quotient, so we can expand it using subtraction. So this becomes log base 7 of y minus log base 7 of x squared. If I check the first piece, I don't have anything going on there I can simplify. In the second piece, I have an exponent. So again, I want to bring this out to the front. So for my final answer, I'll have log base 7 of y minus 2 log base 7 of x. And that's my final answer. So those are examples of expanding a log. Now we want to look at how to condense a log. So for letter A, I've got log base 3 of 4x plus 2 log base 3 of 5. Now in the other examples, we started by changing it to addition or subtraction and then use the power property. Because we're condensing, which is the opposite of expanding, we want to reverse the steps that we did above. So that means that we want to check for any exponents first. So that would be a number in front of a log. So if we look here, that's what I have. So this 2 has to become an exponent. So we've got log base 3 of 4x plus log base 3 of 5 squared. Now, since I have addition, that would be the not the power property, the product property. So that means we can combine the insides using multiplication. So log base 3 of 5 squared times 4x. And for our final step, we just want to simplify the numbers in there. So log base 3, 5 squared is 25, and 25 times 4 is 100. So kind of to recap what we just did there, for our first step, we used the power property, and then for our second step, we used the product property. Alright, and then let's take a look at the next one. We've got 4 ln 6 minus ln 3. And in case you forgot, ln is the same thing as just having log with a base of e. So ln is just kind of a fancy log. So if we look at this, I've got 4 ln 6 minus ln 3. So first thing we want to check for is any exponents, which I have right here, so we want to bring this up. So I have ln of 6 to the 4th minus ln of 3. Since we've got subtraction, I can condense it by dividing or making a quotient out of the insides. So I would have the ln of 6 to the 4th over 3. And then we just want to simplify those numbers. So if you were to plug in 6 to the 4th in your calculator, that would be 1,296. And then if you plug that division into your calculator, you would get 432 for your final answer. Alright, so that is how to expand and condense logs. So now you can go to a table to work on the Section 8.5 Level A ICP. Good luck!